The budget enthusiast. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the budget enthusiast, and today we're gonna talk about Candyman. And before we get started, right before I started filming this, he jumped up here in my lap. Everybody, this is Bentley. Bentley, say hi to everybody. And now we're gonna get into the video. So, I went to see Candyman a couple days ago, and I was going into it wondering if we were going to have a reboot situation, a reimagining, like what kind of vibe was I gonna get? And going like watching it, I really liked it. Like I liked it as a movie. Like if this was the first time I was introduced, there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. If this was the first time that I was introduced to Candyman, then I would have been like, oh man, Candyman is cool, but I've already seen the other three movies that they've had. So I'm kind of in a weird place because it's like they took away the other sequels. So Farewell to the Flesh, and I forgot the third Candyman's I forgot the subtext of that one, but it's the first one, set the pace for it, and then you had Farewell to the Flesh, which kind of told his backstory and gave a little bit more insight into Candyman, and then you have this one here that kind of feeds into that, but it kind of erases the other two sequels, sort of like how Halloween, the newer Halloween, how that came into it, and then it just kind of completely erased the other sequel. So it's a direct sequel to the original, and this is kind of what this one is like. It's pretty much a direct sequel to the very first Candyman. So if you are like me and have seen the others, you're probably gonna, you shouldn't really care about what happens in the other two sequels. Just focus on what happens in the first Candyman, and if you do, it's actually a pretty cool story. All right, so my boy Wildebeest and I, we saw this together, and we were in the lobby after the movie talking like we normally do, and like just spitting ideas back and forth with each other. I just got more upset. I got more upset because I just sat down before we went to see this. I just sat down and watched the first two Candyman movies, and like all my preconceived notions that I had going into this were kind of crapped on because they took away the knowledge that I have and kind of put their own thing on it, which is nothing wrong with that. But like going into it, I didn't know if it was going to be a reboot or a sequel or like what they were going to do. So in my mind, these two is just a direct sequel to the very first one. I have to forget the stuff that they did in Farewell to the Flesh and whatever that third one was called. I have to forget all that stuff and just remember this is a direct sequel slash reboot because they kind of are rebooting rebooting the series, and you can tell by the way the story is going that they want to do more if possible, because if this is financially successful, I'm pretty sure they're going to do more of these things. So with all that being said, as a movie itself, it's well done. It's good. I do have a gripe though, or maybe two gripes. I didn't feel that they had enough gore in it, and I know I'm part of the gore hound squad, so it's all right. I like gore. I mean, horror movies. I like gory horror movies, but Candyman can do some horrible things. Like they do show some stuff, but I feel like they left a lot of things off screen. I would prefer. I know this is supposedly a more educated horror movie because Jordan Peele is in it, and whenever he's involved, it's supposed to be cerebral and leave you talking about it and what's your interpretation and all that stuff. Man, yeah. That's cool, but taking Clive Barker's original story and then making your own interpretation, whatever. I already know about Candyman. I know where he came from. So if you're gonna do this, You don't have to be so cerebral. We already know his story. His story is tragic as it is. You don't need to make it even more tragic, but you know, it's the world we live in 2021. But like I said, good movie. I wish they had a little bit more gore. And you know what was funny? I don't know if this is true, but you know, as I thought about this throughout the days, like white people got hardcore slaughtered in this joint. Like I know, like in the first few Candyman movies, he was after white women. Like that's the ones that he attracted. You know, he was the smooth talking. You know, had that voice. Like when I was watching it here at the crib, he would talk, it would fill up every speaker in the surround sound, and it sounded awesome. I have a Candyman collector's edition Blu-ray, and it's in a DTS master audio track, and when he talks, it fills up the entire room, and it sounds amazing. And that's how he hypnotizes the ladies. Like it's always a white woman that he chooses because of his backstory. I'm spoiler free, so I'm not gonna tell you his backstory just in case you've never seen any of the Candyman movies. But that's what he's supposed to do. And this one, just white people just getting slaughtered, like hardcore, hilarious. Like thinking back on it, when I watched it, I didn't even think about it, but I'm thinking about all the kills and stuff in preparation for just talking to you guys about it. And it's like, wow, he did slaughter a lot of white people. Yeah, he slaughtered a lot of white people in the other ones too, but he killed whoever was brave enough to say his name 5 times, they got smoked. So, but this one is like just about everybody that was white wanted to do this thing, and they all got lit up. So my favorite scene was probably the teenage girls. Yeah, I think they show a piece of that in the trailer, but yeah, that was my favorite one just because they got on my nerves. Like those girls kind of deserved what they got because they were just a-holes really. But anyway, as a movie, I like it. As a Candyman, like joining in with the other 3 movies that I've already seen, it kind of hurts, but all in all, I mean, hey, if this is your first Candyman experience, or you don't even remember what happened in the other movies, or you've only seen the original Candyman, I would say check this thing out because it actually is very well done, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm going to purchase it when it comes out. I'm going to watch it again, and you know, I'm trying not to read too many articles online to sway my thoughts on it. I want to make this video, then read those things or watch those YouTube videos about Candyman. I wanted to give you guys my honest and raw thoughts. I wish I could have recorded the conversation I had with my boy Wildebeest because I feel like that was a very good conversation. I'm telling him, I keep telling him we need to do a podcast together, or he needs to be in one of my videos. I'm trying to get him to do that, y'all, because I think it would be awesome. We were going back and forth. I think that was a good conversation. I don't remember every little detail because I'm recording this a couple days later because of work and other obligations, but I wanted to let you guys know about this movie, how I feel and how I feel about it. So go check it out. I say it's worth checking out. It's not something that you have to absolutely watch in the theater, but you know my stance on it. If it's out in the theaters, please go see it in the theaters so we can keep those things open and alive. It doesn't have too many moments of like big explosions or anything that you need to go see in the theater, but just the atmosphere of a movie theater in the darkness always is more immersive in most cases. So I say go check it out. It gets a 2 thumbs up for me. It's a confused 2 thumbs up because I'm still reeling from what I watched versus what I watched before I saw this one, and I'm just like, what happened to those other ones? They just kind of killed my thesis and thoughts on it with those other 2, sequels. But it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, it's a good movie. Go check it out. 2 thumbs up from the budget enthusiast. Everything. Bentley said he liked it too. He didn't even see it, but he's sitting over there in his bed and he absolutely loved it. So, because Daddy loved it. So that's all that counts. So, as usual, thank you for watching. Go check the movie out and stay safe out there, and peace. The budget enthusiast. Boy DD. The budget enthusiast. Boy DD. The budget enthusiast.